that these fellows determines which one's going to shoot first. Look at those two guys. The ball on the left, that's Lassiter. He won the line. He chooses to have his opponent start.
We're looking at Cisero Murphy from Brooklyn, New York, who in his first attempt at winning a world championship last year finished fourth. And here, the second attempt at a world championship is in the finals after a tremendous game against Lassiter earlier to get here.
Yes, he beat Luther Lassiter 150-9, and that gave them each 3 losses in the tournament against 11 wins. And now this is the deciding game. And he's breaking from the left-hand side, which is unusual. I think it's a little gamesmanship here. He maybe wants to throw the master here. Luther Lassiter, great player. Both of them are.
What are the rules of this play, Johnny?
150-point game for the world's title. Every ball, of course, counts 1. They make 14 balls, and then they must break the next rack off of the last ball. In other words, they have to plan to leave a break shot shooting that 3 ball.
And the score is 1-0 here in the World Championship.
And Whitney is off and running. That's what they call him, you know.
Seems all the great players in the United States and around the world have a nickname.
Oh, yes, yes. There are quite a few good players. I knew them by their nickname for years before I knew their real name. Weenie Beanie, there's a name.
11 ball.
How about this bridge?
It's a dangerous shot, too. He's reaching over a ball. If his Q-tip were to touch that ball, that's why the referee, Al Gassner, was looking carefully.
So now the master, as he walks around the table, will be searching for the next object ball and probably a few ahead, and also to control that white cue ball for position play.
That's right. The position is the most important part of the game. The touch and the stroke. The speed of the cue ball rolling is very important in this game.
And as you hear Al Gassner, the referee, indicate the score, it is 3-0 at this point. How was that for position?
That was beautiful, because he played that ball in and let the cue ball drift a little bit so that he can now shoot that 2 ball and break them up.
And for those of you that have color sets, you could tell that that blue 2 ball, there was no doubt about it.
Oh, I wish I had billions of dollars. I'd buy everybody a color set. It's a great game in color, too.
6 ball.
I'd buy him a billiard table, too, Johnny.
Oh, that'd go with it.
6.
It's a good game for home, by the way. It's gotten very popular.
It's one of my favorite pastimes.
If I had a home, I'd have a table.
14 ball.
Luther Lassiter trying to make the 14 ball.
And
7.
broke up that little bunch of balls there, too.
And at this point in the World Championship finals, Luther Lassiter leads 7-0. And now Luther Lassiter has an 8-0 lead, and all Cisero Murphy can do is just sit and hope.
Oh, yes, he can sit there a long time, too. These fellows are such fine players that anytime you sit down, you might be there for a while.
Ball.
See, he is figuring out what his potential break ball is. The ball he wants to break the rack off of, if you don't mind me dangling the partisan.
As long as you don't dangle the cue ball, Johnny.
Okay.
He has found his break ball.
Well, it'll be one of 2 down there. It could be the 4 ball, or it could be the, what is that, the 12.
12.
Luther Lassiter here in the first inning in a run of 12. First rack in the World Championship Finals. The Windsor Ballroom of the Hotel Hotel Commodore. He won in 63 and 64. Has dominated play pretty much.
He's always there. Look at this left-handed shot.
What about that bridge?
And look at that position.
And Cisero Murphy is looking. He may have a long wait.
You can never tell.
In other words, now, Johnny, he has the 7 ball, and then the break ball will be there for the next rack.
That's right.
14.
And the applause is for Luther Lassiter, trying to win another world championship as he runs the first rack, has the break ball all set. And we'll be back here on ABC's Wide World of Sports with the World Championship Finals after this message. And at the Windsor Ballroom, the Hotel Commodore, Luther Lassiter now has completed 4 racks. He is in the lead, 56-0.
Here's his break shot off the 11 ball.
57.
It's 57.
And this is a 150-point match for the World Championship. Why is he taking so much time here, Johnny?
Well, he either wants to play the right shot, and then, of course, in the event he didn't have a shot, he would probably play safe, even though he's on a run. You see, he wouldn't take a chance.
There at the center of your screen, the dean of the pocket billiard players, Johnny.
Onofrio Laurie. Wonderful player.
He'll get over the shoulder of these 2 players. I have a hunch he has done it already, checking just what shot these champions should make.
Well, he certainly knows. He played in this tournament and won 7 games and lost 7, and I think that's remarkable for this man who's played the game about 60 years. That was a bad roll for Lassiter. He cut the corner of that pocket.
And Johnny, right here, we're at 58-0. It's Luther Lassiter leading Cisero Murphy, who hasn't had a chance.
That's right. That's the nature of the game. Now he's got a tough situation.
In other words, he does not have the position that he would like to have.
Yes, he wanted to roll down there where he could shoot that 7 or 8 ball. And as it turns out, he caught the corner of the pocket.
Outwardly, he appears very calm, but I have a feeling inside that he is a pretty tense North Carolinian.
Oh, he admits it himself. He says he worries at this game. It's a worrying game.
Uh-oh, the first mistake by Luther Lassiter, and the crowd is stunned.
Yeah. Look at this. It's a delayed reaction to the applause. 58, that's a great opening shot, isn't it?
It certainly is. A run of 58. Earlier, I believe, Luther told you something.
Well, yes, I asked him what it felt like when you have a tough shot, and what do you do about it?
Well, I'm just thinking about getting another shot. And naturally, when you miss, you blame the table, the balls, the people, everybody.
Luther Lassiter is watching, and Cisero Murphy is working.
58-0. Now 58-1. And I imagine he feels pretty good about getting on the string.
13 ball.
An all-around athlete.
2.
His style with the cue is a little different.
Oh, much different. In fact, Cisero has a stroke called a slip stroke. He has a hesitation in there. Maybe later on we can get a real shot at that cue. He actually comes to a dead stop at the back of his stroke, much like Byron Nelson and Kerry Middlecoff do in golf.
10 ball.
We'll get a shot at it later.
4.
I like that overhead view, which shows you the object balls in relation to the cue ball.
Yes, sometimes that is the best one.
5.
Cisero charging.
This boy works pretty fast.
Yes, he plays a little faster than Luther. But there's one fella in the tournament named Butera, Lou Butera. They call him Machine Gun.
At this point, Luther Lassiter leads Cisero Murphy 58-6.
7.
You see, that's what you call meticulous position. He rolled that ball right where he wanted it,
8 ball.
so he could play this.
Now there's another tight bridge, the V on the rail.
8.
Oh, you have to have all the shots.
Always a game of position.